It's easy to call to mind an array of Disney princesses and villains. But what about some of the most interesting characters that never get their well-deserved time in the spotlight? Wait until number 1 to see why Nana from Peter Pan is the most underrated Disney character. If this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to subscribe to The Things, and please give this video a big thumbs up. Here are 10 most underrated Disney characters. Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. Kronk, voiced by Patrick Warburton, is probably among Disney's funniest villains ever. Kronk is Yzma's henchman, albeit not the most effective. His loyalty keeps him on track, delivering on the schemes he and Yzma concoct to overthrow their ruler, Kuzco, whom they effectively transformed into a llama. Though Emperor's New Groove did not receive a lot of attention when it was released, it has since become popular and discussed often on Tumblr. Kronk is such a memorable and relatable character that he became the basis of the movie's sequel, Kronk's New Groove, so he definitely deserves a spot on our list of underrated characters. Meeko from Pocahontas. Meeko is the much-needed comic relief that Pocahontas needs. He is a loyal, adorable, hungry, and hilarious sidekick to Pocahontas, who has to struggle with coming to terms with cultural restrictions in the face of love. Meeko obediently follows Pocahontas everywhere, including diving down a waterfall. He also repairs her necklace, keeps Flit on track, and effectively turns an enemy into a friend. Percy the Pug learns to abandon some of his luxuries and befriends the two sidekicks, proving how lovable Meeko really is. Meeko's innocence and curiosity is addictive to watch as he steals snacks from John Smith and even performs CPR on Flit. Penny from The Rescuers. Penny is an orphan who had been kidnapped by the evil Medusa, who forces her to search for a diamond that is lost in a pirate's cavern. However, Penny is not the helpless child Medusa assumes her to be. Instead, she's extremely resourceful, sending out requests for help in bottles that eventually get to the Bernard and Bianca, mice from the Rescue Aid Society. Penny has one of the best sidekicks, a senior cat known as Rufus who adores ginger snaps and reassures Penny that someday she will be rewarded with the perfect parents she deserves. Penny doesn't just warrant caring parents, but recognition as a resilient young character who refuses to give up hope. Cricket from Mulan. You'll remember Cricket as the lucky cricket gifted to Mulan from her Grandma Fa. Cricket brings a lot of lighthearted fun to the screen with his talents that include shadow puppet impersonations, disguises, and quality penmanship. The small sidekick follows Mulan along with Mushu as she disguises herself as a boy to take her father's place in the war. One of Cricket's most underrated qualities is his screen presence and humor despite the fact that he never says a word. Cricket proves that actions speak louder than words and would be a valuable friend and companion to anyone, warrior or not. Jock from Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp may be most known for the romantic pasta sharing scene between Lady and Tramp, but fans tend to forget about Jock. Jock is the Scottish Terrier that can often be found alongside his bloodhound companion, Trusty. Jock's a thoughtful dog, rooting for Lady and helping her any way he can. He delivers a truly heart-wrenching performance when Trusty is captured by the dog catcher. More than anything, Jock proves that being small in size does not mean being small in personality and deserves a lot more credit than he gets. Though Jock is an underrated character for sure, it's undeniable that many of the canine characters from this Disney movie are normally cast aside when discussing the movie and deserve a lot more attention than they get. Edna Mode from The Incredibles. Edna is underrated for so many reasons, but her unique and unforgettable qualities are hopefully soon to be recognized in an anticipated sequel, The Incredibles 2. Edna Mode is a short-statured, assertive, and creative superhero costume designer, known for her focusing on the present and her refusal to include a cape in The Incredibles family costumes. Edna is an unforgettable character that is massively underrated. Her inspiration explains much of her quirkiness, as she is meant to resemble the work and personality of Hollywood costume designer Edith Head. Head began her career in the 1920s and was extremely successful, accumulating 8 Academy Awards for her designs. Basil from The Great Mouse Detective. Despite its success as a box office hit, The Great Mouse Detective is often a movie left behind when listing Disney animated films. Basil and Dawson were inspired by Sherlock Holmes and Watson, albeit tailored to be a more lovable mouse duo as the two venture to find Olivia's kidnapped father. Not only are these two detectives a blast to watch in the surprisingly dark movie, but Basil and and Radicus, the movie's villain, share such an enticing dynamic that contributes to the fact that Basil is such an underrated character. Both have the ability of getting under each other's skin, causing them to become obsessed with finding the best way to outsmart the other. Basil definitely has the audience backing him as he and Dawson use their best detective skills. Turk from Tarzan. Turk is the perfect best friend to Tarzan, making him feel at home among his ape family. He completely embraces Tarzan despite his differences like a true friend should, and helps him learn the ropes, or should we say vines. Turk stands by Tarzan and is very quick to protect him whenever the two run into trouble. We also have Turk to thank for turning a campsite into an unforgettable musical experience known as Trashing the Camp. Turk's characteristic sassy attitude as an adult was so difficult to match that Rosie O'Donnell voiced both child and adult Turk. Thomas O'Malley from The Aristocats. Thomas O'Malley is a stand-up cat. Even though this character introduces himself by singing a song named after him, getting to know a trio of kittens and their classy mom, Duchess, has an extremely humbling effect on him. Thomas O'Malley is the alley cat turned gentleman. Starting off as a bad boy, audiences of all ages easily fall in love with. The character's knack for swinging tunes, his entourage of alley cats, and his unrelenting desire to help Duchess and her high-class kittens are exactly what makes him such a dynamic, underrated character. Nana from Peter Pan. Wendy and the children's family dog Nana is perhaps one of the most impressive and underrated characters in Disney history. This dog is somehow able to carry trays, recognize alphabetical order, and makes beds. As if her extensive skills aren't impressive enough, Nana demonstrates her devotion to her family by trying to fly away when Peter Pan takes Wendy, John, and Michael to Neverland. This dog goes above and beyond in trying to take care of the children despite the fact that Mr. Darling kicks her out for the night, proving that she is truly an underrated character. What other Disney characters do you think are underrated? And that's all for the 10 most underrated Disney characters. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to The Things to catch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.